Did you ever, even for a fleeting second, truly believe that Sidney Crosby would don the Montreal Canadiens jersey this season? Habs Nation? Be honest with me. That dream of seeing Sid the Kid finish his legendary career at home, quarterbacking our power play, steering this team to glory. It was a beautiful vision, wasn't it? But today, I'm forced to be the bearer of harsh news. That ship has sailed. It's over. Chris Johnson from The Athletic has put the final stamp on it. Crosby isn't leaving Pittsburgh. Against all odds, the Penguins are playing well and fighting for a playoff spot. Sid's loyalty runs too deep to abandon his team mid-battle. But here's the gut punch question I need to throw at you right off the bat. If you can't land the greatest player of a generation, would you settle for a guy who's sometimes annoying, who plays with an edge, maybe even a little dirty at times, but who has a Stanley Cup ring on his finger and genuinely wants to play in Montreal? I'm talking about Nazem Kadri. Plan A is dead. Long live Plan B. Today, we're diving into this brutal shift in expectations. We've gone from the golden dream of Crosby to the gritty, hard-nosed reality of Kadri. We'll break down why Kadri's price tag is plummeting and why that's fantastic news for us. We'll explore how he'd fit into a lineup that's already welcomed back Philip Danault in this timeline. And we'll wrestle with whether his 3-year contract is a problem waiting to happen or a solution to our immediate needs. Stick with me, because if Kent Hughes can't bring in the king, he might just bring in the warrior. Let's lay out the cold, hard facts. The Crosby dream hinged on a complete catastrophe in Pittsburgh. That catastrophe never materialized. The Penguins are in the playoff mix, and Crosby isn't the type to jump ship in the middle of a storm. His loyalty is ironclad. So the focus pivots to the market of available veterans. And at the top of that list, shining like a beacon, is Nazem Kadri. The report states it plain and clear. He would raise Montreal's ceiling immediately. Kadri is the kind of player you hate to face, but love to have on your side. He brings tenacity, secondary scoring, and championship experience from his Stanley Cup win with Colorado in 2022. He's battle-tested, a proven commodity in the high-stakes environment of playoff hockey. He's a guy who gets under the opponent's skin, who wins key face-offs, who chips in timely goals when it matters most. And here's the game changer. He wants to come here. According to league sources, Kadri is open to a trade to the Habs. Montreal isn't on his no-trade list. That's rare. Veterans often shy away from the intense pressure cooker of playing in this city. Kadri, it seems, is ready to embrace it. That willingness could be the spark that transforms our roster. Now, I want you to pause and visualize this lineup. We've already got Nick Suzuki anchoring the center position with skill and poise. We brought back Philip Danault in this timeline, adding defensive reliability and leadership. Now, imagine adding Kadri to the mix. Suzuki, Kadri, Danault, a center depth that's downright terrifying. Who's winning faceoffs against us? Who's shutting down that central spine in the playoffs? It's a trio that could dominate puck possession, control the tempo of games, and wear down opponents over a grueling 7-game series. But there's always a catch, isn't there? The cost. Kadri's contract isn't cheap, and it runs for 3 more years. That's a significant commitment. Will he age gracefully, maintaining his edge and production into his mid-30s? Or will we be saddled with a salary cap anchor in a couple of seasons when we might need flexibility for our young core? It's a gamble, no question about it. Long-term deals for veterans carry inherent risk, especially for a player with Kadri's hard-nosed style of play. Wear and tear could take its toll. Here's the silver lining, though, and it's a big one. The market for Kadri is cooling off, with other teams chasing different targets. His trade value is dropping. Kent Hughes might be able to snag him at a bargain price, a steal for a player capable of putting up 70 points in a season. When you're talking about a proven playoff performer, a guy who's been there and done that, getting him at a discount is the kind of savvy move that can define a GM's tenure. Hughes has shown a knack for capitalizing on undervalued assets. This could be another feather in his cap. Let's talk fit for a moment. Kadri isn't just a center. He's a tone setter. He plays with fire, with an edge that can shift the momentum of a game. Pair him with a creative force like Suzuki or a sniper like Caulfield, and he can open up space with his physicality. Slot him on a second or third line with Danault, and you got a unit that can grind down opponents while still posing an offensive threat. His versatility is a huge asset. He can adapt to different roles, power play, penalty kill, even strength, and still make an impact. And let's not forget the intangibles. Kadri has hoisted the Stanley Cup. He knows what it takes to win at the highest level. That experience is invaluable for a young Canadian squad that's still learning how to close out big games. Having a voice in the locker room who's been through the wars, who can guide the likes of Slavkovsky, Dach, and Newhook through the pressure of a playoff run, could be the difference between an early exit and a deep push. But the contract length looms large. 3 years is a long time in hockey. If Kadri's production dips, if injuries creep in, that deal could become a burden. Montreal's cap situation isn't dire, but it's not limitless either. Committing to a veteran while still needing to extend younger players down the line is a delicate balancing act. Hughes will need to weigh whether the immediate boost outweighs the potential long-term cost. There's also the question of opportunity cost. By trading for Kadri, are we sacrificing assets that could be used to bolster other areas of the roster? A defenseman, perhaps, or a different forward with a shorter contract? Are we better off preserving our picks and prospects, trusting in the growth of players like Kirby Dach and Alex Newhook to fill the gaps? It's a tough call. Kadri offers a win-now boost, but at what expense to the future? I'll be straight with you. Losing the Crosby dream stings. It was the ultimate fantasy, a hometown hero returning to lead us to glory. But championships aren't won with dreams. They're won with players like Nazem Kadri. He's not the flashiest name. He's not the generational talent. But he's a warrior, a competitor, a guy who leaves it all on the ice. And right now, with his trade value dipping, he might be exactly what this team needs to take the next step. So, I'm turning it over to you, Habs Nation. What's your call? Do you hold on to our assets and bet on the youth, Newhook, Dach, and the rest to step up? Or do you seize the moment, capitalize on Kadri's falling price, and bring him in for a real Stanley Cup run this year? And one more thing. Do you see Kadri as a worthy consolation prize after missing out on Crosby? Or does this feel like settling? Lay it all out in the comments. I know the Crosby dream hurts to let go of, but titles are forged with players who fight tooth and nail, just like Kadri. I'll be keeping a close eye on Kent Hughes' next move. If that phone rings in Calgary, we'll be right back here breaking it down. Stay tuned.